September 12th, 2017 will be a day that I never forget. It was the most horrendous day of my life. I still remember the doctor telling me that my husband had passed away. The second I heard those words, my whole entire life changed. All I could think about was all the dreams, hopes, and plans that we had were all gone. He was gone, 50 years old, and my husband was gone. I don't remember much after that. I know that it took about 3 weeks before we can even put my husband to rest because of Irma and all the devastation that was done to the area. But I just remember when that funeral was over with, coming home, laying in bed, and crying my eyes out. The days, weeks, and months that followed, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to get up out of bed. I didn't want to get dressed. I didn't want to take a shower. I didn't want to eat. At one point, I lost about 25 pounds. I was becoming sick. I was in depression. I was depressed. And it was getting worse as the days went on because I missed my husband so much. I just kept thinking about everything that we were supposed to do together, everything that we were planning on doing with our life, everything that we've done. It was horrible. And then the one day, my mother-in-law came over, and she looked at me and got upset and said, "You know what, honey? My son would not want you being like this. My son would not want you laying in bed crying over him. He'd want you to get up, get dressed, get out of the house, and live your life." She was upset with me. She was upset because I was being disrespectful to my belated husband. I was not doing what he would want me to do. So she made me get out of bed. She pushed me to take a shower. She took me to get something to eat. And then when we were done, she took me to a support group. A group where other people were mourning the loss of a loved one too. Where we all had something in common. Either the loss of our husbands or the feeling that we had after we losing a spouse or a loved one or a brother, a sister, a girlfriend, boyfriend. But we made a connection. And that support group really helped me get out of my depression. I still go to the support group. But the time that followed that day with my mother-in-law until now, I have learned so much. I've learned so many ways how to cope. So many ways how to wake up and get out of bed and get dressed. Because I do struggle with that still. But I learned that it's going to be all right. That I am going to have days where I don't want to get out of bed. And there are going to be days that I'm going to struggle. And there are going to be days that I'm not going to want to eat. And there are going to be days that I cry my eyes out. But that's normal. And that's all part of the grieving process. And that there's no right or wrong way to grieve. But I have to remember, every time I grieve, I have to remember I need to still get up and live my life. I still need to get up and do things that make me happy. Make my belated husband proud of me. So I went back to school, and I want to become a social worker one day. So that was a big accomplishment. You know, getting every day and getting on the computer or going to my math class and doing homework is a major change for me. But it helped me with my depression. It helped me get out of my little cocoon that I was in that I built around me. I also started learning that writing in a journal helps too. And I was always a creative person, and that was something my husband and I enjoyed doing together, refurbishing furniture and stuff. But I went ahead and I showed this one other time my beloved journal. You know, my dogs ate part of it. But I just started writing, and I'll write to my husband, I'll write to God, I'll write to myself. I'll put things down that I want to change. I'll put photos in here that bring back memories. I'll put things like live well, laugh often, love much. Uplifting things for me. That if I am depressed, I can pick up this book and look at. And it brings a smile to my face, or it makes me realize that there's still stuff that I have to do in my life. I'll never, ever stop crying. I'll never get over the loss of my husband. But thanks to my mother-in-law pushing me that day and getting me out of bed and bringing me to that support group, I learned how to still live my life without him. No matter how depressed you get over losing a loved one, remember this. No, it will never get easier, but there are ways to cope. Yes, there are people out there who know exactly what you feel and exactly what you're going through, and they're there to help you. Look for a support group. And just remember that there is always somebody there that cares. Because I know that no matter what, at the end of the day, my mother-in-law cares about me, and my entire support group cares about me.